and everything. We're going to be taking a look at part 3 of our script read-through. I think it's actually script number 4 that we're going to be reading. So if you want to get caught up on the past couple of videos, so you can get the story in a linear fashion, you'll see us cooking on it and sort of breaking it down as we go. Check that out, and I'll have more to say right after that. Recording in progress. Episode 4.
Call this a draft, but whatever.
Yeah, this is the first stab at episode 4, getting some notes out. This is going to change according to how things get altered for the previous scripts, but we wanted to go through it anyway, just to see what the ideas are. And let's dive in. Real world, exterior, interior hotel night. Ronnie and Joao climb the steps of a shabby looking hotel. They card the lock and go inside. The room is basic. Joao pulls a bunch. The room is basic. Joao pulls a bunch of gear from his bag and starts setting it up.
This idea is crazy. It's not possible, right?
It's not supposed to be possible, no. What we saw...
And what he said. It was in fucking Pictish, right?
And what he said, it was, well, we shouldn't jump to conclusions.
Okay, but
it is suggestive.
Suggestive of somebody walking around LA who thinks he's a fucking Pict on his way to Scotland.
Ronnie opens the wallet he took from Ken and looks at the contents, which we see in close-up, maybe tossing each item to the table in front of Joao. Note, is the idea of the wallet anachronistic here? I don't know. Think about that. Yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah. Maybe
Ken Shelton from Duarte, with loving wife, girlfriend, fiance, got an advance directive and a will on file at this law firm. I guess he's a guy who plans ahead.
Probably has life insurance too.
Wonder what his insurance company would think about all this. I mean, what the hell? Do you think he's still in there, or has he been like overwritten somehow?
Again, the official line is that that's impossible. The game can only write very short-term memory. But maybe they actually know how to write long-term memory now. Or maybe if you could suppress long-term memory and let the subject walk around semi-conscious, maybe writing short-term memory would be enough.
I want to go back into the game and find that copy of Alice while you figure out where the real her is. But it might not be safe to jack in, huh?
I think my code's solid. I still think my code's solid. I think they pattern matched Alice from the drone. I don't think they can detect us going in.
But you could be wrong.
Well, I could, but you're going to try it anyway.
Yeah. What if I don't take Lepicynth?
Well, that's dangerous in another way. It's going to be a rocky transition at minimum, and we don't have any medical equipment here.
Yeah, but that cuts both ways. Lepicynth should be monitored.
You want to try it, so try it. I don't have the data to give you a yes or a no.
You're in danger too if I get turned into some kind of picked zombie assassin.
True. Zip tie yourself to the bed frame?
Smart.
Ronnie double checks the door deadbolt, sets up the equipment on the bed, and zip ties his wrist to the bed, gets ready to jack in. Ronnie. Okay. Sorry, there's one more, a little bit of pitch. Go ahead.
Keep an eye on me. Pull me out if I start frothing at the mouth or something. Is there any extra masking you can put on the connection?
It's masked 8 ways to Sunday. But yeah, I've got some extra stuff. I'll run it now.
Find Alice for me, okay?
I will. You find the other Alice. Good luck.
All right. And Ronnie plugs the jack into his neck, and that's where we're at with the first stab. First impressions.
Wait a minute. No, it keeps going.
It
keeps
does?
going.
Oh, mine was blank for a second. Hang on. Oh, there. Okay. Yeah, it does. Sorry. I had to scroll down for it to load the page.
Yep.
That's supposed to be, right?
Yeah, I don't know why that big gap is in there.
That's wacko. Okay. So
you want me to remove that?
Yeah.
I thought that was an intentional page break. Just a sec.
Cool.
All right. The rest is new to me, so this is exciting.
All
right. Let's see. Cut to game world exterior. A road in the countryside. Alice walks along, looking angry.
Think. Okay, you're stuck in the game. I'm stuck in the game. The failsafe didn't work. I think when I woke up, I heard Joao tell me this was going to be weird. Was that real? What did he mean? On top of all that, I'm tired and hungry, but not as tired as I should be. I've walked farther today than I have in years.
Alice's stomach growls loudly.
Quiet, stomach. It's just a game. You aren't real.
I guess
What
that's
is-
yeah. They're good.
What is this anyway? The default outfit? Why do I look like myself, not the character I played when I was in the drone? Well, Alice, maybe you're asking the wrong questions. The question is, what are you going to do about it? How are you going to get answers? Head for Langdon? Who's going to help me there? Who's going to help me out here? Who, in fact, can help me? What if I found Jacob and Lord Wrath? The boys might not be logged in, but if I hang around long enough, they probably will. They were going from Langdon to Scotland by coach. I should stop every coach heading north and see if they're in it. Well, try to stop them anyway.
Got to Game World interior carriage. The effects and audio suggest a rough re-entry for Ronnie. Extra close up. Lord Wrath, extreme close up. Lord Wrath puts his fingers to the bridge of his nose and squints in pain. Wrath and Jacob sit in the carriage that is jostling and bouncing roughly. Landscape going by and a blur outside the window. Clatter of wheels on the rough road. A shout. Something blows a hole in the roof and continues through the floor. Wrath puts his head out the window to see what's going on. Looking up, he sees a man swinging an axe. Thug 1. Wrath ducks inside. The axe blade comes down through the door, a la The Shining. Hell yeah. Wrath reaches out the window and grabs the haft. Exterior, carriage. The carriage is swerving wildly. The driver is gone, and 2 men are on the roof, weapons and body language conveying ill intent. The carriage swerves off the road. Interior, carriage.
Jump!
Wrath and Jacob open the doors on opposite sides of the carriage. Jacob jumps out on the left side and rolls into some bushes. Wrath jumps out the right side just before the carriage plummets over a cliff. Wrath looks over the edge to see it crash on the rocky beach below. There's a strange sound like pfft, and a whine of a super fast projectile. A rock near Wrath explodes. Wrath rises on one knee, pulling out his pistol. Thug 2 is shooting at him with a strange gun. Maybe we hear a charging up sound as the next shot is readied. Jacob releases something shiny that whirs towards Thug 2, spoiling the man's aim as he takes another shot. Wrath shoots Thug 1. Jacob's whirligig device. I'm sorry, Thug 2. Jacob's whirligig device banks and scoops past Wrath. Wrath turns to see it flying at Thug 1, who is climbing up over the cliff edge. The man flails at it and falls back over the cliff, screaming. They approach Thug 2. He is lying still and dead with funky colored foam at the mouth.
Poison.
Jacob picks up the gun and inspects it.
I've never seen anything like this. It must be clockwork magic, but I don't know how it works.
Joao.
Who?
I beg your pardon, I misspoke. To be sure, that weapon has much of the supernatural in it.
Here, you're a better shot than I.
But you know more of magic and will be able to learn more from studying this weapon. I shall trust to my own familiar pistols and my sword.
All right, thanks. But how are we going to get to Scotland now?
Let us walk on for the time being. I think there is an inn up ahead where we may find horses or news. If our enemy continues to seek us out, perhaps we need not go to the north after all. Perhaps we only need to capture one of these assassins alive for questioning. In the meantime, there is someone else I would very much like to find. A young lady who I believe to be lost and alone somewhere in this land.
Cut to Game World, interior of the tower. Everything is dark. We see no detail of the tower except maybe a window or two. Extreme close-up of heavily ringed fingers tapping on the arm of a beautifully carved throne. This is the Queen, Her Majesty, Eliza Beta. Extreme close-up of her lips as she speaks, and then a silhouetted shot of her head. Most all we can make out is the crown.
You want to read it, Dad?
Where are you, my little lost rabbit? Why are you hiding? You're in so far over your head. I only want to help you. Come to me, little Alice. End. That's
Last
fucking awesome.
movie.
That's great. Oh man, I'm sorry. I was like, oh, these are great little notes for the first thing, and then there's actually an entire episode after that. Right? So that's good. My first impressions are that was awesome.
Cool.
Um,
So that something like that little interlude with the Queen could go now at the end of episode 3.
right.
Right.
Yeah, I love yeah, I definitely love, that's exactly the right mood for that, I think. And I think the intro of Ronnie into the scene is great. Ronnie, right? Yes.
Yeah.
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 And Ronnie into the scene is great. I would like I would say maybe a little more fish out of water for him, like, because from my, like, I don't know how we express this, but he's got all of his memories, and I assume that he has memories of also being Wrath.
Right.
So like he's got to be
Right.
like a little bit weirded out or knocked sideways by this, because like suddenly all of that is available to him, and so we could maybe mess up his dialogue a little bit more.
Yeah.
On the front end, so he's trying to access that other part of his mind that now has this, so he talks more like real world Ronnie, and then he warms up to the proper performance enough that for God's sakes, my brain doesn't work sometimes. I wish I had access.
Enough that Jacob
Jacob's like, are you okay? Like, what the hell is wrong with you? And then sort of stabilizes.
Yeah.
And so like he can have more like a holy fuck reaction, and say that out loud. They're like, he's like, what's happening with you?
Yeah.
But I think that's terrific. I think that whole scene is terrific and incredibly fun. And then my feelings in the first part are I definitely like I think that it, like, there's stuff like there's things you can do, sort of like well, what if I turn into a crazy picked assassin? And then you cut to Joao and he goes, and then you cut to Ronnie zip tied to the bed. So you're like, just get right to the business, and then the audience catches up, and it's a little bit funny. Like, you sure? Wait, are we sure this is a good idea? Just a sort of a little more concision in that will pick it up and make it a little more entertaining. And I think that, let's see, what was the other quick note that I had? Yeah, like, I really like watching Ronnie think through stuff. Like he's like, between Ronnie and Joao, the interesting thing is like Ronnie's thinking through things emotionally and sort of wrestling with the emotional impact of what is happening. And Joao is like the way that he interacts with that is by trying to solve real world stuff. And I like that sense of disconnect, being consistent with the way they react to stress. I think that we might want to, like, I don't think there's anything I would change right away, but I would say, like, let's wait till the other, do we finalize on the other stuff, and then like we might want to do a tightening pass altogether on that. But like, it does bring up a lot of good, interesting, fun stuff. It also makes me think that at some point we might have to be a little bit more direct with the audience as to how they are connecting to Wisteria, or like how is the Wisteria feed being jacked in the first place? At least hint at it so that so people don't get confused.
In the hotel room, Ronnie's getting ready to go in. Yeah. Yep. Cool.
So a little more technical clarity, but at first blush, I think this is like a good. It's nice to get back to some fucking crazy adventure stuff in the animated part. That was definitely fun. So that's that's super good. Wagons going over cliffs, like that's we people are gonna dig that. That's gonna be fun. That's it for me. What do you think, Wes?
I'm doing like a million changes to Alice's dialogue here on page. The whole page am I on? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like mostly on page 5, and that all seems fine.
Okay. You want to just approve all these, or do you want me to just switch to editing mode, or what do you want me to do here?
Let's take a look.
Yeah.
Editing mode. There we go. Yeah. That's enough out of you. Yeah, maybe it's wrong. Good. Shall I click yes on this?
I'll just approve them.
Yeah, sure.
Good. Yeah, good.
All right, I'll check them from the bottom.
So then, yeah, I guess the other big question is whether we should have her fasten on something else to do, or is this like,
yeah, what she does in this changes based upon the other stuff changes for sure.
Yeah, exactly.
I think that, but this puts her on the right, like that'll put her on the right path.
Yeah.
And it's going to become pretty clear how it's going to be a good, believable meetup out of that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
No, that feels good and tight that way.
Do you want me to cut and paste the episode 4 stuff into episode 3 then? The Queen interlude there.
Oh, well, I mean, I think we're gonna want it to be a little bit different.
Okay.
Because we want her to sort of like receive word of this like anomaly or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But so I would say not yet. Let's massage it a little more first.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's such a short bit anyway.
I mean, it might be that we keep that exactly where it is, and like the we don't show the Queen bit at the end of episode 2, but we show like the guy who's going to deliver it to the Queen. Like,
oh yeah, that's an interesting idea.
Like B villain is the one who.
Right. Like
it.
the chancellor or whoever.
Yeah, exactly. Like that might be the way to go on that one.
Interesting. Yeah. Yeah, that's a good thought.
No. All right, these look great. I'm super psyched with this stuff. It's awesome. Cool. All right. Well, thanks everybody who's watching, and check in next week for more Make a Thing. There you go. I'm gonna stop the recording.
Okay, fair enough.
Cool. There. I hope that was pretty groovy. I love working with those guys, and I love seeing them break stuff down. It's always good to work with people smarter than you are. Good bit of advice. So this week, what else happened? We have not directly related to Wisteria, but I'm very proud of anyway. The sci-fi streaming platform Dust put up my movie Spoiler, which is a zombie movie, and it turned out really, really well. So if you get a chance, go to the Dust YouTube homepage, and it'll be like the 3rd or 4th video in there. And click on it, watch it, hope you get a kick out of it, and let me know what you think in the comments, and tell them you want to see a show made out of that thing. Super proud of it. I got to work with a bunch of my best friends, and it's I think it's a really good bit of work. I'm very proud of it. Also, this coming Monday will be the fifth installment of the story at wisteria.ai. So go there, read everything that's come before it, and then tell us what happens next, or what you want to have happen next, by tweeting at us at wisteria_tales. And the tweet with the most likes at the end of the day on the coming Friday will be the next writing prompt. And you can see how that gets folded into the story as it goes. There's going to be new art every single week. It takes place in the sort of the history of Wisteria. So there's sort of a double simulation going on now if you're following the story in the videos and you're following this. But I think you'll get a kick out of it. Let us know what you think. Tweet us there and follow us at Wisteria Tales. And I hope you have a good and creative week, and I hope you get to make a lot of things.